body. But I know for sure we got something in common. Today's video is going to be slightly different. I thought I would do a weight loss video. I'm going to get straight into it, but before I do, I just wanted to point out that I'm not doing this to trigger anyone. I know that weight loss can be a really touchy subject for some people, and I know that obviously there'll be some people out there watching this could potentially get offended by this, and that's absolutely not what I'm here to do. I'm just here to sort of explain what I've been through, what I've done, the ways in which I've done it. And yeah, I just wanted to be honest with you guys. I didn't want this channel to be fake. I didn't want it to come across like I'm me, I'm this, I'm that, because really the people that are closest to me know that I'm not, know that I've kind of worked quite hard to get to where I am now, and there's been a lot of ups and downs, so I just wanted to explain that to you guys. Let's get into it. I'm going to start from the beginning and I'm just going to work my way through to now, so I hope that's alright with everyone. But when I was about 15 years old, I was this sort of size. I loved food. I would eat food all the time, but obviously that whole thing about when you're younger your metabolism is a lot faster, and then as you get older it all creeps up. That happened to me. When I was 15 I was eating what I wanted. I was having McDonald's 3 times a day when I wanted. Like, I just didn't care. And then I'd say when I got to about 16 it all kind of started creeping up on me. I carried on eating how I wanted because I was so oblivious to the fact that I was getting larger. And I was so oblivious to that I would just carry on eating. I'm not even joking, I'm going to be completely honest here. I would wake up, I would have my breakfast, I would have snack before lunch, after lunch, before dinner, after dinner, constantly snacking, and it wasn't healthy snacks, it was chocolate, crisps, cake. For dinner, I'm not even joking, I'd have about 3 dinners. There was a time that I was working for Timberland. On the way through, for those of you that know Ashford Outlet, as you go, well, how it used to be before it had like the relaunch of all the shops and everything, you used to have to walk through McDonald's from the train station, and this is when I didn't drive. You'd walk through McDonald's to get to Timberland, so I'd end up getting a bacon and egg, what they called McMuffin, before work. At lunch I would go and get chicken select. I would get a large meal with like a chocolate milkshake or a frappuccino or something fatty. It was never water. I'd be snacking throughout the day. I'd be eating other people's lunches. Like, it got really bad. And on my way home I would pick up a snack wrap, and then as soon as I got to the train station I would get like a share bag of chocolate, share chocolate bar, like sausage rolls. I was awful. I ate so much food. And then obviously when I got home, anyone had made me dinner and I would obviously eat that as well, and then of course I'd eat the leftovers of other people's. Oh my god, it's so shocking. But obviously looking back at that, when I was in the moment I didn't think anything of it, and I would just eat it because I thought, well, it's food, I enjoy doing it, so why not? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be going on my phone because I've got all the measurements. When I first started my fitness journey I took measurements of everything and I weighed myself, and obviously weighed myself throughout the process. So I'd say when I was about, that carried on by the way until I was about 18 years old. So not the summer just gone, the summer before that. Would I have been 18 years? I don't know. However old I was, 18 or 19. I was in Zara and I was obviously trying on summer clothes. It was a set size, like I knew what size I was, so I picked up the shorts. I went into the changing rooms, they didn't fit. Gone up in about 2 years. About 4 dress sizes, and that is when I knew, oh, you can't do this to yourself anymore, you need to stop eating. That's when it clicked. I went on holiday. I didn't come across like I was self-conscious, so I always came across like I was confident, but when I look back now I'm like, god, I literally had no confidence at all. Anything I would wear, I would have something that would cover me, and even if I did, I just kind of assumed, when I saw the photos of me in it, I just sort of thought, that's not me. Like, it's a photo, it looks worse than what it looks like in real life, but in reality I actually looked like that. I'm going to show you some photos just so that you can get like a visual of everything. Started my weight loss journey on the 25th of December 2019. That's when I officially started. I started measuring, weighing, going to the gym 5 days a week. By the way, I'm going to tell you what I weighed. I'm going to just tell you everything because I don't want anything to be like a closed book on this channel. But with the obviously weight that I'm going to tell you, there is nothing wrong with that. All have different body types. I'm quite short, I'm 5'4", but for someone that's taller than me, this weight is like normal. This is absolutely fine. So again, when I'm saying these measurements and when I'm saying like this was me at my biggest, don't take offense if that's what you are currently, because like I said, there is nothing wrong with it. You are who you are. It was just me personally. I knew I wasn't that size naturally. I wanted to get back down to where I was naturally. But on the 25th of December, I weighed myself at 11 stone 2. I finished, not finished because I've kind of changed it into a lifestyle. I kind of thought to myself at this point, I need to stop being as rigorous as I was and just calm it down a bit. 7th of January 2020, I was 8 stone 6. That was my lightest. That was below I comfortably am. Naturally, I'm a size 8, I would say. I went down to a size 6. Nothing wrong with size 6. So yeah, obviously in between that, I'll show you actually, but in between that, I don't know if it's going to focus. Every day I've kind of written down what I've weighed and like my goals and like little things like bra size, if I went up or down, and then all my measurements as well. It was a long road. It took me about a year to lose just over 3 stone, which is amazing. It really is amazing. I've had quite a few people message me on Instagram just asking like, how did you do it, what did you do? So I'm going to go into that now. I'm going to sort of just say I don't recommend losing weight like this. I again came across very confident to everyone, like, look at me, I've lost 3 stone, I feel amazing. I did feel amazing, don't get me wrong. I literally looked at myself and I thought, wow, like, you've done that for yourself, that's amazing. But inside I had destroyed myself. I created such an unhealthy habit with food. Every time I ate something bad, I would cry. And lots of you know Ollie. I'll mention Ollie quite a bit in this just because he has supported me a lot through this, because to be honest with you, he's the only person that I've kind of said everything to, because I'm always constantly with him. We went on holiday last year again. We went on holiday in August, and obviously it was an all-you-can-eat buffet, all-inclusive, like amazing. Old me would have been a pig and literally hoovered up the whole of that buffet, worked it about 10 times each meal, snacked on about 30 donuts in between. Me, last August, I would eat salad, didn't have 1 donut for 2 weeks as well. So as you can imagine, it was tough. I was in the gym every morning. I just didn't enjoy myself as much as I could have. And I am such a lover of food. Like, I am a huge foodie. That is all thanks to my dad. So if you're watching this, you've made me the foodie I am today. Yeah, it was just not me to do that on holiday. So yeah, I would eat salads. That cake buffet as well, as you can imagine, the all-inclusive cake buffet is my dream. Like, I've got such a sweet tooth. I think I pigged out twice. I had, I'm gonna say, about 2 ice creams and that was it. Other than that, I just ate clean all the time. Didn't really drink any alcohol. Yeah, I didn't enjoy myself. And I look back on it now and I just think, like, how could you do that to yourself? You went on holiday for 2 weeks. Like, there's people out there that aren't lucky enough to even get on a plane and go away, and I literally took everything for granted, didn't eat any of the food and just sat there, and I guess I was just a bit boring. Like, I didn't want to include myself in anything. Yeah, there were some evenings where I'd go back to my hotel room and I'd just cry. At that point I thought, Holly, you have destroyed yourself. Like, you used to love food and now you're even scared to eat it. Throughout that process, like I said, I was going to the gym 5 days a week. I was running 1 day of the weekend, so I was active, fully active 6 days a week, sorry. At the gym, a lot of people asked me as well what I did. What I did at the gym was absolutely fine. It was just my mind with food. That was what... Why is my hand looking orange? That was what kind of ruined it all for me, was just my relationship with food towards the end of it. But at the gym, I was there for about 40 minutes. I never did an hour's work. I just get bored. I'd probably do 20 minutes cardio, whether that was like 30 sprints on a treadmill, whether that was just walking on an incline, and then the other half of that was just weights. So I would focus myself on one thing per day and just do weights on that. So if any of you want to know in particular what I did at the gym, then just let me know, because I can do a separate video on that. Foods I would eat, Typically I wouldn't eat breakfast. I never have really eaten breakfast, to be honest with you, so that didn't affect me majorly. I didn't really snack, to be honest. Where I got into such a routine, I was just never hungry. I didn't ever force myself to not eat when I was sitting there absolutely starving with a belly rumbling like mad. Like, I would never do that, but I just learned to just not be hungry. And I was also, before I started all of this, I was your typical eat till you feel sick. I wouldn't know the feeling of being full. I would only know the feeling of feeling sick and wanting to just lie down because I'm so full. So yeah, that all changed. Obviously I guess it all changed for the better. I'm gonna say it did, because I've lost the weight I wanted to lose. I'm so grateful I've been able to do it, but I just wanted this video to put a message out there for you guys to just say, like, just be careful. Don't create unhealthy relationships with your food, because food is life, and I'm not even joking. Like, food makes the world go round. Going out for dinners is like the best thing to do. Dressing up, getting all dolled up, doing your hair, your makeup, going out, having a huge meal, having a huge pudding, and then coming home and just being like, oh, I'm so full. It was literally the best thing ever. I just wanted to put that message out there for you guys. I'm getting sidetracked. You'll learn this about me. I get really sidetracked with what I'm saying. But back to what I ate, so let's rewind. Back to what I ate. Didn't eat breakfast. For lunch, I would eat salad. Normally, I would have tuna. I ate tuna a lot, and you're not supposed to eat tuna as much as I did because of, is it the magnesium? I mean, I don't know the ins and outs or scientific reasons behind that. It's literally just salad. I'd have iceberg lettuce. I had a whole pepper cut up, cherry tomatoes. Sometimes I'll put spring onion in it, sometimes I won't. Cucumber, whole pot of tuna. I wouldn't go light on the tuna. Load of light mayo. Honestly, I love mayo, and I think that's what made it. If I didn't have mayo, I wouldn't have stuck to it, I don't think. Just find like a lower calorie sauce that you can use and like drench your food in. I don't really like eating things dry. It has to be quite moist. And before the gym, so this is like a typical weekday diet. Before the gym, so when I finished work, I would have a porridge bar. I don't know if you've seen them, they're like the Quaker oats. It's like the equivalent of one bowl of porridge but in a bar. I'd go to the gym, probably burn off all the food I'd eaten that day and more. I was already in a huge calorie deficit. And then I'd go home and I would have my dinner. Now, for my dinner, I would have a smoothie. You're probably all sitting there thinking, like, how the hell did you do that? Survive on a salad and a smoothie? But I want you to try making the smoothie because it's so filling, it's so thick, it's like ice cream. So if anyone's got a sweet tooth, this is perfect to get rid of your cravings while still being healthy. So you get a blender. I had a NutriBullet, so if anyone's got one of them, just use that. If not, any blender is fine. I would fill up half the cup of frozen fruit. It would have to be frozen if you wanted it thick and cold. If it was like just fresh fruit, then just put some ice cubes in it and that will give it the same sort of consistency. I'd fill up half a cup of almond milk. I put a scoop of protein powder. Full protein powder, by the way, just so you know, I'll link it below, but I use the My Protein, I think it's like Whey Diet or something. Apparently the diet one's got more sugar in it than the normal one. I haven't checked that out yet just because this one has worked for me. If you are conscious of your sugar intake and everything, just look that up before you buy it. So definitely check it out. And also My Protein do so many deals. Just that on its own will make it thick, but if you want it even thicker, you could put banana in there, you could put porridge oats. Obviously, again, be careful with the porridge oats because if you already had a porridge bar, you don't want more porridge. It's just more carbs you don't need. So yeah, you can honestly add anything. At the minute, I'm also adding hemp powder just because of this whole situation that's going on with the coronavirus. Apparently, it like helps build your insides. Yeah, I mean, you could put, is it cacao or cacao? Chocolate, the purest form. You can get cacao, oh my god, I can't stop saying it, that powder to put in it if you wanted to make it a bit more chocolatey. Give it a go. If I was still hungry, which to be honest with you did happen most days, I would typically get hungry. I'd have my smoothie about 7 and then I'd get a little bit peckish at about 8, half 8. You shouldn't really eat this late. I think the latest you should eat is like half 6. I think that's right. For my snack, I would eat just literally crackers with cottage cheese. You could eat chopped up carrots with a bit of hummus. You could, honestly, there's so many healthy snacks out there. you can make your own as well. I've seen, I don't know if any of you follow Louise Thompson on Instagram. She did a live the other day and she chopped up a banana, she put peanut butter on each little bit of the banana, then made a little sandwich, so got another bit of banana, popped it on top, and then she covered that little thing in dark chocolate and then froze it. And honestly, I've not made it yet, but it looks unbelievable. If any of you like banana and peanut butter, give that a go. But things like that, like you could make a whole batch of that and then it could last you for the week. Don't sit there and think, oh god, I can't eat health, I can't give up this, I can't give up that. Go in slowly. I went in quite quick and I was fine with that personally, so just find like a happy medium for yourself. If you really struggle to give up chocolate, just get a substitute. Maybe the other week I bought some little rice crackers, they had dark chocolate on the top. Get something like that. It will get rid of your cravings, but it will save you hundreds of calories. Another thing I used to do as well is if I wanted something sugary, I would make banana bread. I would make it with no sugar. I'd swap the maple syrup for like agave syrup. I'd put like nuts, raisins. I'd just make my own banana bread and it was amazing. If I wanted chocolate, I'd put dark chocolate in it. I'll put some of the recipes that I used to do below just so that you can check them out. Back to when I was losing my weight, I probably then started to eat and introduce again bad foods around Christmas time. December you can't eat healthy, it's literally impossible. So I started to introduce chocolate, carbs, sugar and all of that stuff, and I'd say probably January time I started to sort of struggle with my stomach and I would get real bad pains when I ate certain foods. Those certain foods were things like gluten, milk, because before I literally had everything gluten-free. I'd buy everything gluten-free. I wouldn't ever take food that someone gave me because I'd always have my own. I'd always be organised and have a shopping bag of food, so I'd just eat that. I'd always have almond milk. To be honest with you, now I wouldn't go back to having normal milk. Almond milk's so much nicer. So yeah, I would drink almond milk, and then as soon as I remember I was at Ollie's house once, I had a bowl of cereal with just normal milk because that's all they had, which is normal. Like, I don't expect for anyone else's fridge to have like almond milk, coconut milk, soya milk. Like, that's absolutely fine. I had it, and honestly straight after I was having, my belly was doing flips. I was in so much pain. And it just started worrying me. I just started to think like, what have I done to my tummy? And I was looking it up, and obviously Google isn't the best thing to look up symptoms because you'll be told that you're dying and you're not. But it went through my mind that I'd like destroyed the whole lining of my stomach by not eating properly. Like, all these thoughts were going through my head, so I thought, I'm just going to go to the doctors. Booked the doctor, went to the doctors, and then realised that I was a day late and turned up on like a Thursday when it was on Wednesday, so I had to rebook it. So I went, they took my blood, everything's come back fine. I'm not intolerant to anything, sorry. And then I was told to go for an ultrasound. Obviously, because of the whole thing that's going on at the minute, my appointment for that has been cancelled, which is fine. Like, I know now that I'm fine. Like, I don't get any pains in my stomach now, so that's fine. Just for peace of mind, when this is all over, I will go just to have something to do. That sounds really bad, but just to be sure that I've got nothing going on in my tummy. But that was just proof that I had cut out so many food groups that are so vital to your diet that my body was just struggling to like remember what they are and remember what to do with them. So it was just my poor little body trying to regain like a routine of what to do with it. So yeah, that was sort of the struggles that I went through. But yeah, if anyone is watching this that wants to lose weight or doesn't know the best way to do it, then simply just get up, move around, do a bit of working out. Pamela Reif is what I've been doing at the minute because obviously the gyms are shut. She is unreal. She's on YouTube, all her videos are on there. She does lives as well. So she's really good. Another one is Courtney Black on Instagram. She does live workouts at like 9:45 or 9 o'clock and then 12 o'clock as well, so she does 2 a day. They are intense, but they are so good. But yeah, honestly, just move around, start eating less, like maybe control your portion sizes first. so that your stomach shrinks naturally, and then start to sort of cut out the fatty foods, the processed foods, and start bringing in fruit and veg and all the good stuff. Things like fizzy drinks, I don't really drink fizzy drinks at all. I just don't. I'd much rather have a glass of water. That sounds so boring. But yeah, honestly, I'm so happy that I did it. It took, yeah, about a year to lose 3 stone, which is amazing. And then after, on the 7th of January, like I said, when I realised I'm not naturally 8 stone 6, I'm naturally around 9 stone. Just me, that just suits my body height, and like proportionally that's just what looks right. So now I'm 9 stone 2, I think. So I've put on a few pounds, but so much happier how I am now. Like, my relationship with food is back to normal. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I'll sit there and be like, do I want pizza? Do I not want pizza? Don't want a bad body, but I really want pizza. That's normal. That is just normal. Eating like a bad food, if I eat it quite a lot throughout the week, it will make me feel guilty, which it should, because if you're gonna keep doing it, then you're gonna put on the weight and you're gonna go back to how you were. So you just have to find like a happy place for you. Yeah, I'm about 9 stone 2 now. I will show you pictures. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them actually. So what I'll do is I'll put in some pictures now of what I looked like, what I then went down to, and what I am now, just so that you can see. Another tip as well, if you want to lose the weight, is just take photos. Like, they helped me so much. Set goals as well. Goals help so much when you're trying to lose weight. If you just get up and start working, and you start working out and everything, and you don't have a goal, it's kind of hard for you to vision where you're going. And if you don't immediately see results, you're just going to give up. I don't mean for that to sound negative, because that's not what I want at all, but I just want to say the truth. You will give up if you don't know where you're going. If you don't see results, you're just going to think, you're just going to think, well, what's the point of me doing it then if nothing's actually happening? So take photos, get a little measuring tape. You can get them from Amazon for like £1. Take your measurements, write it all down in your notes. I've made an album on my phone called Body. I've made a notes album called Gym. And on there I've got my weights and measurements, and then I've also got like my set workouts for each day. So what I also do is I'll write my own workouts, so I kind of take inspiration from PTs. So like Courtney Black, I'll take moves from her. Pamela Reif, I'll take moves from her, and just make my own workout routines. And then when that starts to get easy, I will change them all. And I'll kind of change it up, because otherwise it does get boring if you just do the same thing the whole time. Like, what's the point? You're just training the same part of your body. You're not actually doing anything else. So changing it up is a huge thing to do. Yeah, I mean, if any of you like these kind of videos where I just sort of talk about my experiences and stuff like that, then just let me know, because this is what I want this channel to be. I want you to be able to find a comfort in me and relate. And all these YouTubers out there that look perfect, that have amazing style, have perfect makeup, hair, teeth, like all those YouTubers, they are obviously amazing, but you never really see like the real life. So them looking like standing there all pretty and skinny and toned, like amazing, but that's just angles. Like my photos, they're just angles. Like I sit here now with boobs out, I've got rolls. Like everyone has rolls, like it's just a normal thing. Need a water break, got really dry mouth. Really happy I've done that, and I hope that some of you can relate to it and kind of think, actually, do you know what, either, do you know what, I'm gonna get up and work out right now, or actually that is true, I'm going through the same thing and I'm in denial about it. Honestly, if any of you have any questions about any of it as well, just drop me a message. All my social is below, so just message me on that. and I will get back to you obviously. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Obviously, like I put on my Instagram, if you haven't already seen, I will be uploading every Wednesday at 7 PM and every Saturday at 10 AM. I will see you on Saturday. But yeah, have a lovely day and I'll see you soon. Bye.